Hey, my Taurus babies. This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. I'm going to just not act like I don't know. Every damn Taurus I know is going through it right now. I mean, all the way through it. Taurus, this is going to be a weekly update. And because we seem to be going through such changes, we're going to have some overlapping energy. I know the last one I did through Monday. This one I'm going to start for tomorrow, Sunday, August 4th. We're going to roll through to Monday, August 12th. That's how I feel about this shit here. There's a lot of things happening. The biggest thing on the planetary front is, well, a couple things this past week. Mercury station direct Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you live. There was a new moon Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you live. So some of you may be feeling some not small shifts in your relationships, both professional and personal. I believe this was the last eclipse that we had in July was a partial lunar, if I'm not mistaken. So the thing that I tell people to remember when it's a solar eclipse, that's male or masculine energy. A lot of times males will be eclipsed from your life, and that energy can go almost through 6 months past the eclipse. On the other side of that, lunar eclipses are feminine energy. So if you're a guy and you're watching this, you have romantic relationships with a female, it's a good chance. And the thing with moons, yeah, without getting all into it, the thing with moons is they set the stage for us on a month by month basis. So you always get a full moon and a new moon, depending on what month you're in. You might get 2, you might get 3. I think last month we had 3 full moons or 3 new moons. I can't remember. But at any rate, I think it's 3 new moons. So you can have all that energy, but every time you encounter a new moon, that means there's a fresh start somewhere that can. Doesn't necessarily have to happen, but that's a point where a fresh start or a new start can start at a new moon. A full moon is the completion of. So a lot of relationships and crazy shit, just besides relationships, happens during a full moon because people are just full of whatever craziness they're full of. So you have all of that energy kind of residual effect, plus Mercury station in direct, and what else did I say? Oh, the new moon. So those of you that are into new moon wishes, I think you might have another 24 hours if you want to do your new moon wishes. I think you can go 5 or 6 days beyond. I don't usually do all of that, but that's just information. And then it also gives you a base to understand why you're going through some of these damn changes. I'm sorry, I said that out loud. All right, so I got everything shuffled. I don't even know how many cards this is, but I'm going to get them out here on the table. This is an enhanced reading, so that means I'm using 2 decks. Underneath the bottom of this one, overall energy, destiny. And that's a 10. Let's just kind of pay attention to some numbers here. Someone's telling me y'all need to get the full version. Backside of your energy is obstacles and challenges. For Sunday, the 4th, the truth card. Monday, rest and rejuvenate. Tuesday, awareness. Wednesday, fertility. Thursday, power. Friday, universe. Saturday, triumph. Sunday, recognition and reward. Monday, conflict and defeat. I'll be doggone. From one thing to the next. All right. With the smaller deck, the destiny card, overall energy, is pulling the wheel of fortune. Who the hell figured that one out? And obstacles and challenges is pulling the fool card. This is a reminder I don't do reversals. I do my cards straight up. So, okay, I got that part. Let me keep moving. For Sunday, the truth pulls the Knight of Wands. Monday, rest and rejuvenate pulls the Lover's card. Wednesday, awareness pulls the Five of Swords. Thursday, fertility pulls the communication card, Ace of Swords. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the power card pulls the Seven of Cups. Friday, the universe pulls the Princess of Wands. Saturday pulls the Empress. Sunday, recognition and reward pulls the Six of Cups. And Monday pulls Three of Wands, conflict and defeat. Yeah, I know, Taurus. I know. I'm sick of it too. Shit, hell. Okay. The biggest thing you can take from this reading, if you don't want to hear shit else, is that a lot of what's getting ready to go on in the next month or so, it's not going to be up to you. It's really going to be up to the Wheel of Fortune and what your destiny is and what direction you're trying to go in. And when energy gets like this, it will show you very clearly things that you can do or should do and things that you can't do or shouldn't do. It will also show you people you can do and can't do and people you should do. So any of you, and just remember what I just said, we had a new moon. So some of you are phasing different partnerships out. I feel that strongly. Some of you are kind of changing your focus from a more outward, I've been taking care of the family type of shit, to the more inward, what do I want to do? The thing is, on the back side of your overall energy with the Fool card and the obstacles and challenges, you're going to feel like you're walking a tightrope because the things that are out of your control. So say, for example, you work in an office and you find out just in the next week or so, your whole department is moving to another building. Some shit you wasn't even expecting. That is a life experience that is now out of your control. The new office may be further away from where you live, meaning more traffic, or it may be closer, but it will have an impact on what you're doing. And you can start from A to Z and run it from any kind of perspective, from your dog to your cat to your damn goldfish. But these are things that are out of your control, things that you don't necessarily initiate or have any kind of part in, but it changes. And a lot of times those changes, they put us in a place, especially when you're dealing with the Wheel of Fortune type of energy, destiny type of energy, they put you in a place where you may not have been had it not happened. And we don't always look at it that way. A lot of times when it comes to changes, especially shit with a Taurus and doing things the way that we like to do it, you don't want to hear nothing about no change. Okay, it takes me 22 minutes every day to get from my house to work. You don't want any variation off of that. You don't want to do 21. You don't want to do 32. You want your 22 minutes because you got that whole little time planned out. And some shit like this happens, and then what the fuck, or how am I supposed to? It's that kind of energy, but as you get through it, you will see it puts you right where you need to be at any given point. So while the change itself may be disruptive and may interfere with your little comfort zone, that's exactly what it's meant to do. Don't forget, we have Uranus and Taurus fucking up all everything. So a lot of the things that we know, a lot of the things that we hold true and believe in are changing. That's just that simple. And so either you adapt and go on with the flow, or you kick and you scream and you still end up going with the flow. However it's resonating with you, if you don't take anything else from this, just know there are things happening and it's all for the greater good. So don't think like, damn, why they move my office 50 miles away? That's a message to you that if you don't want to do that, maybe it's time to start thinking about doing something else. When we get into the beginning of the week, tomorrow, with the Truth card, some of you are getting to the point where you're kind of detaching yourself from people, places, and things. And this is really getting to, did another reading for Taurus this morning earlier, about getting to who you really are, the truth, what you really want to do, not what somebody else wants you to do, but what you want to do. And with it being a fire card, that passion is there. And I think for some of you, you feel like you need to break out or have a breakout moment, or, you know, just stop some shit that you're doing so you can do something else. But you haven't really confronted the truth of why you're in that position or why you feel that way. This is probably a good energy to start looking at. You know, why do I always do this way? Or why am I always, what is a trigger? You know, why do I always respond when somebody says da-da-da, I always, and get to the truth. And see, the truth can't be sugar-coated. If somebody belching in your face triggers you to have some kind of moment, that's the truth. You can't sugarcoat that shit. You can't color it. There's nothing you can do. Every time somebody belches in my face, every time somebody farts in my face, I throw up. However that works for you. But that's the truth. You can't change that. Every time I eat strawberries, I have an allergic reaction. And I'm not talking about me personally, but anybody that has that. That's the truth. You can't sugarcoat that shit. It ain't nothing about, oh, well, I might, if I eat too much shrimp, I'm going to break out. I'm going to have an allergic reaction. If I have an asthma attack, those are truths. And so sometimes we forget about the truth in our life, and we just, you know, we're just doing shit because we're catering to other people and our loyalty being Tauruses and trying to be patient, all this bullshit. It's time out for that, Taurus. It really is. It's time to get into what is your truth. Who the fuck are you? What makes you go? What makes you feel like you just get on the dance floor and do the damn thing, and so fuck if you dancing by yourself or not. It's that kind of energy. And when you get to the truth of who you are, and I say this sometimes when I do love readings, you start attracting people that actually match your energy. But when you're in situations where you're trying to adapt to somebody else's energy, and you know, you get out of that relationship and you still hold on to that bullshit, and you end up attracting somebody else, and you end up adapting to their energy, and your truth in any of that just gets lost. So this is a time, first day of the week is as good as any, to start looking at what is your truth and standing up in your truth and letting that kind of get you in the moment kind of thing, and shed some of that extra fucking baggage you're carrying around that belongs to someone else. For Monday, the lovers, the rest to rejuvenate. Some of you are going to be just taking a damn break from romantic relationships. That's the best way I can put this shit to you. Others of you may be separating, somebody traveling, or going on a trip, or somebody may be moving and you may be deciding, but it's a definite shift in the relationship. There's not a lot of, I can't say, it's not a lot of termination energy there. For some of you, it may be a full split, but there's roots there, so it's not going to be just cut and dry. Others of you may literally be just trying to take a break from your relationship. You've been kicking it all summer, hanging out, going out, drinking, dancing, going to the shows, whatever it is you've been doing, and now you're tired, you just need to take a break. It may resonate just on that basic level. However, I'm thinking this has got more to do with lovers separating and some of that destiny shit here, because the Lover's card is a major card like the Wheel of Fortune. So some of this may be out of your hands type of shit. I'm moving here because my job is moving here, and you can't come yet, and the kids are da-dee-dee-dee-da. That kind of energy. It's one of those things where it's going to shake your foundation. And a lot of times when stuff like this happens, you'll notice that within a year or so, when people make these kind of changes, a lot of times relationships end. And had whatever the disruption been not happened, people would have still just been in their little zone doing their little thing. So whatever upset comes, whatever situation comes about that's out of your control, don't necessarily look at it as the end of the world, because you don't know the best thing out there. You might think you have it, but you don't know. You just don't know. So a lot of times these situations happen, and you look back years later and go, well, damn, I would have still been with, and I'd have still been doing. And you look at what you're doing at that moment and be like, damn, well, I'm glad that happened. But it's not, you're not going to have a I'm glad that happened moment right now. You're going to have a oh, fuck, why now type shit. So be mindful of that. some of you may have some input about what's going on or where you may be able to pick a certain place if you're trying to transfer or move. You may have that control, but once you get into that situation, things are going to kind of be up in the air. When we get to Tuesday's energy, the Five of Swords on the awareness card, not only about changing your attitude, but standing back and looking at what's going on around you. And if you haven't done this yet, if you haven't taken any time this summer to do this, sit down and look at who's around you and think about what kind of energy they bring to the table to you. Is it every time you see Susie, her lips poked out and she got water in her eyes and she's shaking and trembling because she done created some drama and now she mad? Or Billy and Bobby always goofing around, fucking around, and just disrupting whatever's going on. Look at the people around you. Look at the people you work with. Look at the people in your house. Just look at the people around you and think about them individually and how they make you feel. If you got people in your environment that stress you out, this is a good time to either be talking about how to de-stress or get gone. That's where it is right now. But it's about becoming aware. And once again, you go back to tomorrow's energy on the truth. Once you know what the truth is, you become aware when you start looking around at what's around you and how that affects your truth. When we get to Wednesday with the fertility card and the Ace of Swords, some of you may be trying to, it's on a lot of different levels, but some of you may be trying to initiate communication with someone either you haven't been talking to in a while or someone you haven't talked to at all. So you may have your eye on somebody. This is business related too. You may be ready to do something and move on it, and now that you feel like you're out of maybe retrograde energy or on firmer footing with your idea or your plan. Fertility is not just about having babies, people. It's about the birth of ideas, what's in your heart, your creativity, the birth of any of that shit. Whatever you're trying to do, you're gonna have to reach out and do it. Now, reaching out might not be more than just a smile and a wave, or you may have to do an email. However that is, be open to communicating with people that do something for you. So if you're coming out of this awareness energy with the Five of Swords and you're looking around to see who's around you and what kind of thing they're bringing to the table, the next step would be, well, okay, this group is doing this. What happens if I get with this group? That's the fertility. That's the birth of that idea. All you have to do is reach out and get it. Those of you on a business tip, again, you may want to wait another week or two before you put your stamp of approval on it, but you may need to start reaching out now to communicate with people about your plans, especially if you have things that you want to accomplish before the end of the year. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Power, Seven of Cups. A lot of you have options. And if we're just looking at the board, once again, I pulled out 9 cards. So this would probably even be an obstacle for you at this point. Knowing that you have the power. And the truth card is under here. The awareness card is under here. Fertility card is there. And the universe is here. These are all behaviors and things that relate to your destiny. Hello. And if you just wanted to follow the story, your overall energy is you're getting ready to get put on the right spot on the path. So any little fucked up shit you've done last 10, 12 years, and you deviated from your soul's purpose, or however you want to call it, this little energy right here is getting ready to put you back where you should be. But in order for you to fully understand it, in order for it to fully benefit you, you have to. I think it's time for me to get a new phone. Anyway, in order for you to fully understand your destiny, okay, you have to know your truth. You got to know who's adding what to your Kool-Aid, who's affecting you, what is their energy doing to your energy. All energy don't mix. Get that right. Fertility, the creativity of all of it, where you know you want to get something done and reaching out and completing that so it can happen. You've got choices, Taurus. And this is not ready for the world card, but in this instance, all I see are cups. I don't see nothing else. Cups. And you have choices. You have choices in mate. You have choices in job. You have choices in whatever that thing is I'm talking to you about. You have a choice. And choice, people get choices confused. You know what? I don't have 10 boyfriends. I don't have that many choices. It's not even about having. Sometimes the choice is not to have. And when you throw that not to have out there, I choose not to. That's usually when shit will start picking up. Everybody you thought wasn't paying you no damn attention, you decided you just gonna not date nobody for the next 6 months. They will all line up at your door. You know I'm telling you the truth. The minute you walk out the house looking crazy and get to the grocery store, everybody you don't want to see, hey girl, how you doing? Hair a mess. Ain't no makeup. You heard me. Y'all know. So this is this. You have choices. Your challenge in all of this is knowing exactly where your power lies with those choices. And sometimes telling folks no is a choice. And it speaks directly to the power you have over your decisions. I'm just saying. So while you are thinking about in the next week or so what you're doing, what you want to do, understand you got the power to say no. You got the power to say yes. You got the power to tell folks to go get bent and leave you alone. It's that simple. But when you're dealing with people that you have emotions for, mind you, that's a cup card. There's a little bit of emotional stuff in there. Sometimes it's not always so easy to be in your power. So again, you may have to, your challenge, figure out, how can you be in your power? For some of you, it's just going to be a straight fucking moment. You know what? I am blah, 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 and you ain't got to like it, and this is what it is, and bye. It may be just that for a lot of you because you're tired of making excuses, and again, getting back to standing up in your own truth and your power. It may be just that simple for some of you. You know what? I'm doing this my way. You kiss my ass. Either you get along for the ride or get out. Ain't nothing wrong with that because you are clearly stating what your intentions are, what you expect, and what you get ready to do. Period. It's simple. Sometimes we overcomplicate things dealing with people that really probably shouldn't be in our life anyway, but because we're trying to stand up in their truth and not our own, be aware of their shit and not our own, help them with their creative shit and not our own, we lose our power. And therefore we think we've lost our choice. Find it. If you ain't got it, find it. You can do what you want to do in your life. And you don't have to listen to somebody else telling you, well, I want it done this way. No, I want to do it this way. And sometimes in this kind of energy, it's not even an ultimatum. It is just strictly the truth. I am going this way. And you ain't got to go this way, but I'm going this way. And if you're not going, good knowing you, love you, see you later. And a lot of you may just take that stance on whatever issue this is that you're dealing with. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the universe. And knowing that you have the knowledge. So we done came from the truth, being aware, creativity and fertility, power, to you now knowing you have the power. And this, I'm putting days on it. You might come to this tonight. Who knows? But understand that the energy is there. You got the knowledge. And you can create and manifest whatever it is you're trying to manifest. You want to pick a place on the map and go there for vacation? You can do that. And nobody can tell you, no, you can't, unless there's something legally wrong that you can't. You can do that. A lot of times we let people in our lives narrow our universe. And they have us on this little myopic thing, and the only thing in our world is no bigger than this rock. No. You got the knowledge and you've got the wherewithal, and the universe has you. You just want to deal with the universe card itself. Besides the knowledge, the universe is telling you it has you, and you can do and go and be whatever. You want to go back to school, here's your girl right here. You want to get on a plane, train, automobile, go to Hawaii, go to Puerto Rico, wherever. She's right here. Universe is telling you, you have the knowledge to do it. You have the wisdom to make those kinds of changes. You want to move to Puerto Rico, you can do that. It's not so far beyond where you are that it can't be done. All the universe is really doing right here is just giving you a nudge and letting you know it has you. And whatever creative thing that you can come up with that you want to do, you can do it. For a lot of you, this is about work. You may be offered a chance to work on something with people that you normally don't work with. And you may have in your head, I don't know enough. Oh, I can't do that. Fuck that. Little girl here says, yes, you can. And you can, Taurus. Don't feel like you can't. Don't let anybody else make you feel like you can't. On the romantic front, it's the same thing. It may be somebody you feel like you haven't talked to, or you're afraid to talk to because they're so cute or they're so nice, whatever. You can talk to them. Why not? The only thing anybody can tell you is yes or no. So don't let anybody make your universe so small that you can't see everything you have to work with. That's Friday. Saturday, triumph. You will... It's a self-esteem card. What the hell can you say? I mean, girlfriend is sitting on a swamp putting on lipstick. What else? It's your world, Taurus. And it's time for you to shed a little bullshit with self-esteem and just be out there and be who you are. This is a major card. And linking it back to the other three major cards on the table with the lovers. If the relationship is making your self-esteem take a hit, I'm sorry, Taurus. Your self-esteem. Your self-esteem. As you get through this month, I'm going to say by the end of the month, most of you will have your swag back. I'm going to guess probably towards the end of this week, whatever you didn't feel lift up off of you this past week, you'll probably begin to feel more or some of whatever's going on shift. You shouldn't feel as weighted down because if you're clearing and things are naturally being cleared out of your path, you should feel lighter. Now, some of you are going to go through and say, oh, wait a minute, yeah. But if it's something that's being pushed away from you, and if it's something you've been dealing with for a while and you keep coming back to the same thing and now, one more time it's something else, let it go. Let it go. And let whatever's supposed to come in, come in. Sometimes we can fight the change we're trying to hang on to some old bullshit. So don't let your self-esteem take the hit because you're sitting in the power seat. You are sitting in the power seat. It's all about you, Taurus. So don't think just because things are changing or maybe because things are not going clickety-clack like you think they should, that you don't have the power. Right now, yeah, you do. Whatever it is that you're talking about, work, home, this is about decisions for you. What's good for Taurus? Not your partner, not the people you work with. What's good for you? What is your total truth about you? When you get into next Sunday's energy, you may be running into some exes. And this is not even just relations. You just may be running into old folks, people resurfacing. And for some of you, this is definitely about the destiny of it all. You're going to run into somebody and be like, damn, I didn't know you were still here. Let me go hang out. You begin the new moon part of the new part. You know what I'm saying? So we done had a new moon, so now here come the new shit. But a lot of the new shit might be recycled. It could be somebody from your past. And you may not have had a relationship or you may not have had a working relationship with them before, but you know them. And now things are getting ready to change. Maybe your perspective on the person is different now and you'd like to date them, or maybe you're not in a situation where you can. And with this, the recognition and reward, this person is recognizing you. And I'm not saying y'all getting an Emmy or Oscar, not what I'm saying at all. But it's a nod and a wink wink. Yeah, you sexy Taurus. We see you. It's that kind of energy. And so if there's a connection here, which it feels like there is, you may want to just maybe check it out. On the following Monday with the conflict and defeat and the Three of Wands, this is definitely speaking to those of you that are coming out of situations that had third party energy. The conflict and defeat part is not about you being conflicted and defeated. It's about the situation being conflicted and defeated. Work with me here. Everything is not just about the person. Sometimes it's about the situation the person is dealing with. And it had nothing to do with whether or not you were cheating or they were cheating. It's the point that that whole little thing is defeated. Period. Done. So whatever little third party, any whether it's you, Taurus, I have to put it, I gotta be fair, whether it's you or the other person, if you got any kind of little third party energy going on, that whole little thing is just done. For a variety of reasons, some of which you know, some of which you may not know. But anybody got a little extra side piece here, there, whatever, if you have a partner that's been dibble-dabbling around, you may very well hear or understand or feel, however it goes, that little situation is over. Some people may get outright busted. So if you got cheaters rolling up to your door with the cameras rolling, that could be it. Others of you, you've known about some stuff going on, and just know that'll be the end of that. And that's a 5, so that's definitely change. But this is for something going on within or around your relationship. So if you believe or have or know that your partner's been cheating on you, just know the whole little situation getting ready to go straight to the bottom of the pool. Done. The heads up here from the universe is really about knowing and understanding how karma plays into things. And so a lot of times when you just, if you have a partner, I'm just going to use that example, that's cheating, and you know it's just been some funky foul shit, a lot of times the universe don't wait around with karma. You know, depending on how fast or how low anybody's vibrating, your karma can come back today. So for whatever reason, just know whatever third party affairs are going on, they're done for, and that's a good thing. Others of you may be issues at work. If you're not in a relationship, it may be issues at work. Whatever little group or clique of toxic folks running around, that's getting ready to hit the bottom of the pool too. So it's all about the energy around you and what you're doing with it or what you're observing from it. It's not a bad reading, Taurus. It just ain't got no action packed. You know, you want to see the dude on the white horse with the big bucket of money and the big buffet table of food. Y'all heard me. Talk about come to me, sweet one. Yeah. Anyway, it's not that, but it's the beginning of that. I see some good new things coming out of this in the next week or so. I see some good new relationships for a lot of you. Kind of the little thing coming up out the dirt. It's there, Taurus. It's there. Just, I know y'all sick of me. I'm sick of me too. Talk about it's coming. Hold on. Wait a minute. It is. Again, this is a process year. It's about cleaning up all the dirt. The Destiny card being a 10. Next year is a 10 year. 10 years, the year with the 0 at the end. Harken to new beginnings. So you're in a 9 year. That means a lot of shit that you think you're doing, have been doing, and it's so good, is getting ready to be so gone because it's not good for you. And whether you make the decision or the universe makes the decision, just always know the universe is doing it in your best interest. You may not see it at that point, but trust me. I'm speaking from experience. You will find out the very thing you were trying to cling on to, the very thing holding you back from what you were really trying to get in the first place. Let's see what the universe has for you for guidance, Taurus. Cloak yourself in light. It's a team effort and instant feedback. So I threw this and it fell right on top of the truth card. might as well just play it for what it's worth. Find that passion. Stand up in your truth. And then cloak yourself in light. That's all you can do. It don't get no easier, no simpler than that. When you cloak yourself in light, it's kind of like you're protecting where you are and what you're trying to do. So don't be afraid to ask the universe to cloak you in light. Get some music going, get some candles going, get some positive energy going so you can let go of some of that dead, dirty light and let the bright light come through. It's a team effort. And this is right on top of the fertility card. Those of you trying to start projects, telling you need to reach out and communicate and to get that thing going. It's a team effort. You're trying to do something like that, it's a team effort. Same holds true for relationships. You've been looking at this clown for the last 6 weeks and you ain't said nothing, he ain't said nothing, but everybody's grinning and blushing and shit. Okay, teamwork. I'm just saying, go and make the team work. For others of you at work, it's about teamwork. And so be grateful. Thank the people that are in your corner. Do what you need to do for them because they got your back no matter what. And remember, it's about teamwork. No matter what you're doing, whether it's relationship, work, whatever, it's teamwork. Even when you go carry your butt to the store, the lady bringing you out, that's teamwork. I'm just saying. Putting it where it is. Instant feedback. On top of this Triumph and Empress card, I'm sorry. Feel the vibe. Feel the vibe. That's what I'm going to tell you. Get your gut going and your intuition and the little hairs on the back of your neck going and feel the vibe and get that instant feedback. Damn, she looks good. Damn, he's fine as hell. That feedback. Look for it. Listen for it. See how people respond to you. Get that instant feedback. Most of the time when I pull this card, it's about hooking up with your posse and getting that, real time, your slip hanging type feedback. This is coming back. Pay attention to what's around you. Back to this whole awareness thing. What's the feedback you're getting from them? What's feedback? Check that out. But definitely where your self-esteem is concerned. Feel how people feel when they're around you. Are they laughing? Are they talking? Are they bringing you a bunch of problems? Are they crying? Are they trying to go do stuff? What is it? What are they bringing to you? Get that feedback. And this is not so much you getting feedback from people that you know, but just getting how you feel. The feedback you really get in real time from people when you interact with them. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I love you. I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. I hope the week gets off to a good start, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.